Welcome to a video about managing multiple licenses with GDS and the WinBid Pro software. Recently we released a version 15.3 update, and that update actually includes a whole new licensing scheme. So hopefully you've watched our other videos that talk about how to register for the new license and what it takes to download the software and get the license started. Now, if you're a team or if you're a company that has a team, multiple users for the GDS software, it requires kind of a one-time kind of first-time configuration for the team. So that's what I want to cover right now. And what has to happen here, I'm going to sign out real quick just because we have to have an administrator. So someone has to be in charge of the licenses for the team. And we decided that that's usually the person that pays for the software. So whoever orders the software says, I need 5 licenses. That person is kind of designated the team leader or the admin person for the GDS software. And that person is actually in charge of adding users to the team. Now, those could be users that already have our software, they've been using it for years and all that, but the main thing is our licensing software needs to know what users belong to what team. So in order for that to happen, all the people that do this need to be registered with our website, and that means that you can sign in either here, or if you use the software, you can sign in with the software. But if you're not a user and you're just an administrator, then that's okay too. You still need to have an account with our website, but you don't have to be a user of the software. So let's say, in this case, let's say you're one of those people. You're an administrator, you pay for the renewal, and you don't use the software. So either way, we have to actually log in. So I'm going to do that and put in my email address and password that you used when you created your account, and then that's going to get us to this page. Now, this is just a quick summary profile. It tells you how many licenses you have, when the expiration is, what your team is, and you'll notice it says my role is manager and estimator. So I am the team manager, the team leader, and I'm also a user of the software. So I have 3 licenses. I'm using 1. That means I can add 2 more people. Now, in order to go to the screen that lets us do that, we have to click on My Team Settings. And real quick, there's actually a way to do that from within the software if you are an actual user of the software. So if I go ahead and log in here to get into the software, I can go just like we normally would, get into the software where it's the main screen with a drawing on the screen. I can go down to GDS license and I can say Manage Account. So that's a way for me to get to it if I'm in the software and I regularly use it. Now, back to this other example where I'm not a user of the software, but I am the team leader because I pay for the licenses. I'm going to click here, and it's going to redirect me to our Cloud GDS website. So I'm going to log into that with the same email and password that I was using before for our GDS account. And this will probably be switched over to the main GDS estimating. It's just taking us a little time to switch things over. So eventually you won't have to log into GDS or Cloud GDS. But Cloud GDS is still going to be there, obviously, because that's our future kind of cloud-based estimating software. We're still working on it, but we're working on all these other things, so it's kind of taking a while. But this is what we get to manage our team. And you'll notice there's a My Team tab. My profile just kind of summarizes who you are and what the company is. You can even click the monthly newsletter checkbox here, which I do recommend because we talk about updates and things like this, when something's new. So back to My Team. You'll notice there's a checkbox here that says currently an estimator on the team, and that's what it showed me in my status earlier. I can either uncheck that. If I'm not an estimator, I can say exclude me here, and you'll notice it says excluded, and it unchecked that box. So in this case, I have 1 other license already assigned, and that means I have 2 more available. So 1 of 3 is being used. So it's real simple to add your users. All you do is type in their email address here and click invite. So that user, each person you invite will get an email with a confirmation link in it. They click that link and it asks them to, it's actually a registration link. So it asks them to register, and they type in their email address and then a password, and that's creating their online account with GDS. So after they do that, it will give them it'll send them a confirmation email that says, "Is this you?" And now you can access your online account. So basically, you're inviting that team member, even though they may already be using GDS. The purpose for this is to get them attached to the same license that you're managing for the company. So prior to all this, everyone had individual licenses. They needed an unlock code, an ID number. All those things had to be exchanged in order to get the software licensed. Now everything's based on the company kind of master team license, and that requires this admin team leader person to kind of manage it. And for the same, on the same note, this is the place you would go to actually remove someone. So if someone leaves the company, they get laid off, fired, or whatever, this is where you want to go to remove the user and add another user just by simply inviting them. So again, if a user is not already using GDS, you can invite them, they can respond and sign up and create their account with a password and everything. That'll give them access to the GDS license and the online account, but they still need to install the software. So keep that in mind. The only exception for that is if it's a Citrix environment where it's kind of a server-based installation where everyone runs the same program. So then that only obviously needs to be installed on the server. Other than that, it's important to know who your team leader is, who's administrating the licenses, and that person needs to know who the users are. Obviously, they need to know the user's email address and be consistent with the email addresses. If that user already signed in, created an account with our software and had a trial, let's say, or even a license that they've been using previously, when they're added to this team, you need to make sure you're inviting that same person with the same email address. Otherwise, it's going to duplicate information in our system and everything. So we can always help. If you need to call us and ask questions or have us kind of walk you through this, we have the ability to go in and kind of see what's happening with your account. So that's pretty much how it works, and thanks very much.